The first pro with this 2023 Honda Accord Touring Hybrid is going to be this drivetrain. I love this hybrid system. We have here the 2-liter 4-cylinder mated to 2 electric motors, and we have this eCVT. Everything here is smooth and rather effortless around town. You have 204 horsepower with this, and it's only out on the highway where the power tends to die off a little bit, but again, not a big deal for everyday driving. In fact, almost every aspect of driving this car is definitely a pro. The handling of it, when you take your everyday left-hand, right-hand turns, this thing does not peel out or squeal its tires, nothing like that. It's got a really balanced handling characteristic. Even out on the highway, the stability is really good. Refinement isn't bad. We have here the double pane glass, so there's hardly any wind noise here. The only real con I've noticed driving this new Accord is going to be the subtle frequencies that you get being translated into the cabin space. For whatever reason, the smaller bumps always comes through, like the bottom floor of this car and through the bottom seat cushions. You always get that feeling, both at lower speeds and even out on the highway. We do have your 19-inch wheels with this test model. I personally recommend going with the EXL trim. That's a good balance of features, and also you get 17-inch wheels with that. That could help to improve the ride quality, especially with those smaller bumps. But moving on, the next pro is definitely going to be with this interior space. First, let's talk about the sheer amount of space here. You can genuinely be 8 feet tall and fit in the front of this car, and even in the back, you have so much legroom. It is comparable to like an S-Class Mercedes. I'm not even exaggerating. So I love the rear legroom. The trunk is massive. You can fold down the rear seats. So practicality is very high here. You also have an elegantly designed interior space. The only real con with this interior is going to be with this piano black plastic. Not a huge fan of that. It does smudge, it does scratch, and it does show off all of the dust particles. So you're just going to always have to have a microfiber cloth ready to go. Moving on, this infotainment screen is definitely a pro. We have the 12.3-inch touchscreen, and with the higher trim levels, you do get the wireless Apple CarPlay and the wireless Android Auto. It works seamlessly. I haven't really found too many glitches with it. It responds quickly to my touch inputs, so I appreciate that. I also appreciate the physical buttons, knobs, and switches. For the climate control, it makes it very easy to interact with. Your gauge cluster is nice. You have a heads-up display with this fully loaded Touring. The only 2 cons I've noticed here is the cooled seats. They're not cooling anything, so that's pointless. And also, I expect to see a 360 camera with a fully loaded model like this, but we don't have that here. We do have a good regular backup camera though. Good clarity, I appreciate that, but the fully loaded Touring would like to see a 360 camera. Anyway, I'll mention this as well. The 12-speaker Bose audio is great, but I just don't like the way they force you to move up to this fully loaded Touring trim level. Granted, Honda is not the only one doing this. Just about all the regular car companies, they kind of force you to get the top trim levels to get the good audio system. I have not tried the bass audio, but I'm assuming it's not as good as this. So if you love your music, just want to let you know, Bose audio, it's only available with the fully loaded trim. The fuel economy is a given. That's the ultimate pro with going with this hybrid model. You get 46 mpg in the city, 41 out on the highway, and you can of course use regular fuel. And I already mentioned the smoothness of this powertrain as well, so that's why I really recommend going with the hybrid. But I will end off with this final pro here, and this is the big one. I love how safe this car is. IIHS recently upped the speed on pretty much all of their crash tests, and the Honda Accord, this new one, still gets good marks down the board. And it's not just safe for the front occupants, but also your rear occupants. They're also going to be safe in this car. So I really love that, and that's why I can absolutely recommend this car to just about any family who's looking for a sedan in today's market. This is certainly a vehicle to put on your short list, and when you're shopping for this, I would just reach out to your local dealerships, try to find the general manager's email address, email them very politely, and just ask them for like a $1,500 or a $2,000 discount. You never know, you might get lucky. Again, I like the EXL, but the sport models, that's also cool. I just would like to get the 17-inch wheels with this particular car. Anyway, that is a quick look at this Honda Accord. If you're an owner of this vehicle, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. But thanks again for watching. Take care and goodbye.